Hi, and welcome back to Trak. Today, I want to talk to you around purchase orders and material orders in the Trak platform and how you can use this for forward planning of product purchasing and also communication with contractors around works. Now, in the Trak platform, when you open up your jobs, you'll see that there are two options on your left hand side. One is for purchase orders and one is for material orders. Now, the reason we separate these in Trak is purely because people want different defaults for dealing with subcontractors than they do for dealing with their suppliers. They are exactly the same functionality, but they will have different requirements in your system so that it's easy for you to set them up the way that you want. So let's have a look at the setup of a purchase order and a material order. So the first place that this will start is under our name and our company settings, and we go down to our finance settings in Trak. You'll see here that we have got our order settings. Now, all of our finance settings are managed here, but our order settings are going to be really important. Please note that there are material order settings and there are purchase order settings. Okay. Now, they can be simple things like the material order or purchase order numbers, how you want those numbers to be generated on your jobs. Okay, you choose how that works. You've got simple things like default tax settings. You've got simple things like when I'm creating a material order and sending it to a supplier, do I want it to load the job description? Probably not. But if I'm sending it to a purchase order to a subcontractor, I probably want them to know what the job description is. So this is why we can choose it to be generated in different ways. We can choose to hide job names or show job names, hide notes or show jobs, clear descriptions and notes when loading in templates. All of this detail is very different. One of the other key pieces are these automatic attachments. So for your supplier that's, you're buying materials off, whether it's your electrical wholesaler, your plumbing wholesaler, your building wholesaler, whatever it is, you probably don't need a default attachment, okay? Because you're just sending them an order that they're sending you materials back. It's nice and simple. But when you are sending something to your subcontractor, you might have a subcontractor agreement. You might have terms and conditions around your subcontractor and what they're doing and how they're representing your business on site. So you might have a default attachment. That is why we separate them out. Different defaults for different types of businesses. At the bottom, obviously, we've got our standard tick boxes for the way that our PDF is generated when we share it with a customer or a supplier or a material order to a wholesaler, so we can make sure that the right things are showing on the order. Okay, when you're done, make sure you press the save button, update your company settings. Now, material orders, purchase orders can be just free text. You can just type stuff into the system. But what they also do is they sync with your products list in Trak. In Trak, if you have imported or created your own product list in the system, you can link these products and codes back to your suppliers so that you can drop those products on to a quote or drop those products onto an order and you can send it to a store or send it to a contractor. Really important. When you are creating or importing a product, the import list is pretty simple. You match the fields from your CSV upload and you match them to the system. Okay. Then from here, you can choose to have a custom markup or you can have a margin or price. You can choose your supplier. So from here, really quickly, you can just monthly upload a price list from your preferred wholesaler. Some of you will already have live pricing linked together with wholesalers that we partner with. Okay. Now, when we are creating a material order, material orders can be templated. Once again, under your name, templates, you've got your order templates that you can use. This is where you can create set orders that you do all the time. If you are a customer that has set templates that you send off to your electrical wholesaler or plumbing wholesaler for a rough-in or a fit-off or a switchboard upgrade or whatever it is, this is fantastic. This is a great way to be able to set it all up. Also, if you are using the same purchase orders for your subcontractors all the time, template them in the system. Really great way to manage them and have them set up in Trak. Now, if we are on a job in the Trak system, there's a few different ways that you can create a material order. Now, number one is if you are using your products on a quote and you've got lots of products that you've put in, you can click the three dots on the product and you can create a material order directly from your list. It will suck all your products out, put them on an order. You can choose the supplier and send it to a store. Great. The other way, obviously, is you just press the material order button. You can create an order. If you're using templates, your templates will be here. You'll note that this is the same format as our quote. You can have wording, templates, notes. You've got your products. You can open up your product list if you need to, and you can choose products from your product list, and you can select them like a shopping cart, and you can add those products back. So nice and simple in the way that works as well. Okay. Add those products back into your order, and then from here you can change your quantities and you can send it to a store. You've got sections, you've got notes, you've got amounts, you've got delivery options, dates, delivery times. You've got the ability to customize this any way you want. At the bottom, you've got attachments. If you want to add attachments to an order, you can. So it might be a spec sheet. It might be drawings or flashings, or it might be something like that. You can upload and manage this as well so that it sends across. So once you've created your order, exactly the same way Trak works everywhere else, you can then send that order to a store. Once you've been sent it to a store, you can see that it will sit in your account. Now, reconciling a purchase order or material order is entirely up to you. Some people will have an inbox in their emails where they'll get orders that come in, or they'll have a portal that they'll look at. They'll be able to see the purchase order number, they'll be able to see the amount of money, and then they can just click the three dots and they can create an expense. They can choose where they want it to go in their account. They can, put the due dates in, they can upload a copy of the invoice, and they can create it as an expense in the system. Okay. The next tab that you've got, obviously, is your statuses. Okay, so once you've created an expense, it will automatically change that status to expense created, and it will turn it into an expense on the job. You'll be able to see the details of it and the purchase order number. You'll be able to see the attachments and details, and it will also be showing in your accounting package if you have linked it to your Xero or QuickBooks or MyOb in the system. You'll be able to manage it from here. So in the Trak platform, you've got purchase orders and material orders, the ability to forward plan products, forward plan labor usage for contractors so that you know what expenses are coming up. You can see what's already been expensed, what's still pending, and you can manage that in your Trak account at job level. Okay. If you've got any further queries in regards to purchase orders or material orders, creating and managing them in your system, please feel free to reach out to our team at contact@trak.co. Alternatively, you can reach out through our speech bubble in the bottom right, which is where our support desk is. Thank you for choosing Trak. If you've got any questions, we look forward to hearing from you.